Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and what a great day for game preservation. I know Ubisoft unveiled the crew offline mode, and I'll talk about that in a different video, but we gotta give some credit to GOG because they dropped the Dream List a while back, and honestly, I was looking at the Dream List initially, and I'm like, this is really cool, but I do not want to get my hopes up that any of these games are actually going to end up on GOG. I don't know the process of bringing those games onto the platform, but how about this? Breath of Fire 4 is now available on GOG thanks to the Dream List and is right away going to be a part of the GOG preservation program. I would imagine anything on the Dream List, if it does get released on GOG, it's going to get swapped right into the preservation program, and they're going to work on maintaining the game. Before I get into Breath of Fire 4 in particular, it's not a game that I have a gigantic affinity towards, so I can't really go in depth on that. Breath of Fire was a franchise that was at its peak before my time of getting really into JRPG, so my apologies on that. However, it's a game that obviously I am aware of, and I played it, I believe, on the PSP. I think it was available as like an emulated title that I played or something like that. I never had like a copy of Breath of Fire 4. I had a copy of one of the Breath of Fires, but I can't remember if it was like Breath of Fire 3. Nonetheless, let me reiterate that this is what I love about GOG. And the fact is, again, they've made themselves a player in the PC gaming landscape, the marketplace landscape, rather than the client landscape, in a way that totally differentiates themselves from Steam. And what GOG has that a lot of the other storefronts never did, Ubisoft never had it with Ubisoft Connect, Bethesda never had it when they released their own games on their platform, Epic Games Store certainly doesn't have it, is that GOG has an identity. It has something that separates it from Steam. Sure, it might not have everything that Steam has. GOG knows what it is, and it focuses on its strength. GOG is never going to be a platform that in sheer quantity has the number of games that Steam has. Steam just releases so many games, and so many of the games from history are on there that it would be impossible for GOG to catch up. However, they are very much in line with cultivating consumer goodwill and maintaining these games that hold a special place to a lot of people's hearts. And it's not even about, Breath of Fire 4 being a game that, personally for me, it's not a game that I look back at, or even like a dot hack. Again, these games that I grew up with. However, Breath of Fire 4, I know, has that special place to a lot of people, and the fact that GOG is releasing this game based on the feedback that they've gotten, and they're giving it the banner treatment on their platform, they're promoting it like it's a big deal. Again, that reinforces what their identity is. They know what their identity is, and they're going full force on that. They're not focused on getting exclusive games on their platform and throwing money on to publishers and getting the latest games on their platform and locking it away from a different platform. No, they want to get older titles. They want to focus on preserving games and letting you know that you're always going to have access to these games, and that means something to a lot of people. It doesn't mean something to everyone, but GOG realizes that it's not ever going to be the platform that everybody is on. But you don't need everybody to be on your platform. You just need some people to be on your platform, and some people that prioritize what GOG prioritizes, and it will be a complimentary service to them. And that's what you're seeing. Breath of Fire 4 is available right now for $9.99 on GOG, released thanks to GOG Dream List. 23,038 users made it happen. They've already got the page up with the characters. Man, that's so cool to see. In a faraway world, two continents float separated by a vast swampland. For eons, no contact existed between the two continents because ships couldn't sail across the expanse. At last, when the historic first contact was made between the two powers, war erupted. After long and costly fighting between the Fu Empire in the west and an alliance of countries in the east, both sides exhausted all their strength and resources with no other alternative. The two powers agreed to an armistice. 1 year later, Princess Elena vanished. She had been traveling in the east from town to town, exploring battlegrounds and visiting war veterans. Her trail vanished in a small town near the front line. Nobody knew her whereabouts. The Eastern Alliance wanted to avoid sending a large army to the front. Such a move would be a political blunder, breaking the armistice and stirring up hostilities. It became impossible impossible to carry out a large-scale search for Elena. Time passed with no sign of the princess. Elena's sister, Princess Nina, finally makes up her mind. She leaves on a journey in search of her sister by herself. And obviously, Ryu gets into the fold as well, who is the main character of this story. Even if you don't have that level of affinity towards Breath of Fire 4, but you care about game preservation, you care about, the Dream List and other games that want to be available on GOG and you want to see be brought to the platform and be preserved, I would consider supporting this game. I know it's not going to be in line with what everybody wants. It's a throwback JRPG. However, this is a fairly notable game. It's one of the big coups that GOG has gotten. If you want to see other games and you want to reinforce GOG's mission statement, so to speak, supporting Breath of Fire 4, and the fact is, it's only $9.99. It's not like it's $39.99 or some crazy nonsense like that. I feel like price points for these games is going to be very important, and it looks like they've already had a working relationship with Capcom in getting the Capcom games onto the platform, given that you've seen a lot of the older Dino Crisis games, you've seen Resident Evil on there as well, the older Resident Evil games and Dino Crisis, I should say. It's not like there's a lot of Dino Crisis games, you get the idea, but Breath of Fire 4 being added to the service is a huge, huge addition. I will leave a link to Breath of Fire 4 in the description box below. If you do pick it up with my link, I will get an affiliate kickback, which is much appreciated. The GOG Dream List has a lot of other titles that are on the pick and games that they're trying to make live forever. At the top of the list, you do have Digimon World, and I guess this exact list isn't listed based on how many people want the game. It's just a lot of the notable games, but Digimon World is at the top of this list I'm looking at on their official website. Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor has 2,000 upvotes as well. Man, I played that game on the DS growing up, and I loved that game. I would love to go back and revisit that game. I thought Devil Survivor was great. Legend of Dragoon on there, an excellent PS1 JRPG. Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor 2, Record Breaker. Mega Man Legends is on there. Obviously, that would be a big one. Breath of Fire 2 is on there. SMT3 Nocturne. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. You got Dragon Quest 8. That would be a big one. Parasite Eve 2. Dragon Quest 9 Sentinels of the Starry Skies. That's a game that's still on the DS. Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey. I mean, a lot of these games are right up my alley. Dot Hack Quarantine. Man, Dot Hack's right up my alley as well, obviously. Huge games there for me. Unfortunately, the Dot Hack GU trilogy is available on PC readily. The original 4 games are not, so it would be great if you do that. A lot of JRPG folks, like Pokemon X is on here. Okay, we're never gonna get Pokemon X, but y'all can dream about that one. Nier Automata would be a big one as well, but nonetheless, Breath of Fire 4 available now on GOG. Excited to see what GOG drops in the future, and if you care about game preservation, I think you should consider supporting a game like this and play it for yourself. It's received really, really well. I know not all of you guys are into JRPGs, and then me telling you guys about an older JRPG might not be in line with what you want, but it's about context and the greater picture, and it's just great to see a game like this available on GOG. Hopefully some of the games that everybody wants, and everybody wants different games being preserved, but Digimon World would be a really, really cool one. For my money, huge Digimon guy, so obviously I'd be all over that, but that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.